right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to episode 3 of our Tassi Farms Dairy Empire series. We are still just plugging away and we are trying to build kind of the biggest dairy operation that we can. And if you're with me from last episode, we got some fields planted, we got some fields rolled, and basically what I did is I slept through a month, so we are now into August. And I'm just gonna fire this tractor up actually. I'm going to pull him out of the way. And I'm going to hook the John Deere tractor. Yeah, I'm going to hook the John Deere tractor up to... Oh, let's get that tree out of everyone's face there. I don't know if I'll be able to get into it from here. But I'm going to hook the John Deere tractor up to our fertilizer spreader. And we're going to go fertilize one of the fields. I'm actually going to probably set a worker to do it, because the fertilizing will go quite quick. It shouldn't really cost us too much money for a worker to do this field for us, but I'll actually just pull over. I don't know. I don't. What I did in the last episode, the way it finished off was I was getting this field, our big field, planted over here, and then basically the only thing I did off camera is I finished planting it and I rolled it quick. And this field is basically good to go. We got 97% yield bonus on it. It's 100% fertilized. It's basically good to go. We could harvest it on its next growth cycle. So we don't really have to do anything with this field. Also, I'll just cruise by real quick. If you remember, we had some dead spots. I'm just going to zoom out here. We had some dead spots in the field that were just across over there and some at the end. And by plowing it and then cultivating over that before we planted, that really seemed to do the trick to clean those off. So I didn't really know that's how you fix them. I thought they were just kind of, they would come and go, which I guess they kind of do, but I didn't really know there was something you could do to fix it. I guess it makes sense that you could just plow it, but I did not know that. Notice this field to our right, which is not our field, but it is completely withered. And in this new, in the new month that we're in, we actually have a contract down here to do some baling. There's a cultivating contract on this field as well, field 14. So we have a set of cultivators. Again, if you're new to the series or if you kind of missed it, the only contracts that I'm allowing us to do are contracts that we actually have equipment for. So I can't borrow the equipment. The only thing I can do is use the equipment that we have, and we do have a set of cultivators. So I'm going to accept this contract because it'd be nice to have that cash and this baling contract, which is going to take a little bit of time, but luckily for us, it's round bales, which we do have a round baler. And so I'm going to accept this contract as well. And I don't really think there's anything else. Hoeing, there, it makes me want to get, if a really cheap combine came through at some point, it might be good to grab it just so we could do contracts like this. Like, I know it would take us a minute to harvest field 8, but 42,000 would be pretty not too bad. I don't know what just happened there. What was it? Just like updated in real time there. Oh my god. I literally didn't even hit any buttons either, but okay, well there's another cultivating contract down here, which is probably, I know that field. That's a big field. It's going to take, and you see all those little dots through that field? Those are power lines. They're power posts. Yeah, but we need money, so we're gonna have to accept this contract. Okay, boom. All right, so we got 3 pretty decent sized contracts to do. So I want to get fertilizing on this field. Dang, if we can get all those contracts done, well, we will get all those contracts done. Um, get all those contracts done, and by the end of this month, let's set a worker goal on this. Get all those contracts done. Let's just go. We don't want to count our chickens too much here, but that's like 20, another 20, 40, 50 grand, maybe 51,000. That would be pretty good. It would be pretty good because we'll just hang out for a second and chat while this guy's doing this field. Actually, no. We're going to go hook onto the cultivators and get going. Because what I'm thinking is I was going to wait till the springtime to buy a whole bunch of cattle, But, but, I might buy some for this winter. I don't know. I didn't really realize I would get that other contract. I seen the first two, the cultivating one and the baling one, and that other one just popped up out of nowhere, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, man, if we could have like 50 grand out of that, and then get some cattle going, that would be pretty awesome. It would be pretty not too bad. Okay, let's open this up because what I'm kind of thinking. Oh, no. What I'm kind of thinking is if I do. Oh, we're on the wrong one there. Let's do that. Let's do 3 headlands. Maybe I could do. Can you do 4? No, it won't let you do it. Okay. Alright. Let's get this down. And then I'll chinwag with you while we're doing this. Okay. Okay, what was I gonna do here? I want to get baling. Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to do this though. I'm kind of thinking if I can get a bunch of this field done, if I can get the headlands done, I might be able to set a worker to kind of do the up downs, and then we could go get started on baling. But I don't really know. I don't know if that's going to be possible. I might just have to fight through it and get this cultivating done. It would be good if we had some extra fertilizing contracts. Fertilizing contracts are usually awesome and they're pretty good to do. Even though you got to like buy the fertilizer, they're still super worth it. Even hoeing contracts. Like if I'm always going to be watching the store, it was kind of something I was thinking about. I'm going to watch the store and just see like we don't really need a set of like hoeing implements, but every once in a while like a good contract comes up, and the hoeing ones in particular are good because that one set of implements I can show you if we can get on a stretch here that's not so zigzaggy. Okay, this looks like a straight stretch here. Let's get this set up. I'll just go show you real quick, or if I can do it fast. These right here, they're 36 grand brand new. So if you can get them used for like 15, 16 grand, they go 15 miles an hour. So if you can find a hoeing contract, even on bigger fields, 15 miles an hour, like fields get done really quick. And that's a pretty cheap implement to have, even though we don't really need it too much, but if I could get one on sale through the stores and then just wait and it'll slowly pay for itself through some hoeing contracts, especially on some of those bigger fields. Even a field like this 14 that we're dealing with, it could be a decent sized hoeing contract on a field like this. But one thing at a time, one thing at a time. The main thing I want to do is get some of our fields cut, get some hay kind of stored away for the animals, and then do the rest in silage. So my thought process was, or is rather, the field that we're fertilizing right now. I'm thinking that field I'm gonna cut, I'm gonna ted, windrow, and then probably just pick up all those windrows with the forage wagon and store a bunch of hay in the hay loft. Then that way we can get some animals through the winter, and we'll have hay that we can feed them. That other big field 13, I want to do all in silage bales, is kind of my plan. And because if we can do all that in silage bales, we'll be able to get one pretty decent cut. Yeah, we'll be able to get one decent cut. I like leaving it till the second stage of growth because I think, or the second stage of, like next month when we get into September, that field will say that it's ready to harvest. But if you actually wait one more month, I think makes the yield even more. I haven't fully tested that yet, but I always think you get more off kind of the second ready to harvest prompt rather than the first one. But that's not confirmed. But if I could do that, if I can get a good cut off that field for winter. I think the peak of silage prices is going to be in like February slash March. I'm pretty sure. I have a mod that tells us that, which we can check here. I just want to actually we'll look at it's this one right here. So we don't have silage in here yet, so it's not going to tell us. But this is a good mod. Just make sure we're not running anything. It's called time stock or time saving stock check. It basically just tells you when your stuff is going to be kind of the max value, what month and stuff like that. So you can look at it. It's just a little bit easier than going in and kind of looking through that chart. And yeah, it's a handy little mod. Another mod that I got is it's kind of a more realistic maintenance mod. So which I kind of thought would be good for this gameplay series. So basically what that means is like I really got to be on top of maintenance with our tractors because the mod makes it so that like if I'm not doing maintenance on our tractors and they get below the 50% mark, the tractors might just shut down on us. Like they might all of a sudden like legitimately break down. If they get to 0%, they will not start. So I just thought that would kind of be like an added thing to make it realistic. Not that we're doing the most realistic gameplay series, but it just seemed good, kind of like an added little thing to just be on top. We got to be on top of the maintenance, so I thought that would be good. I actually also got another mod that I haven't got to test yet, but it's a mod that'll actually let you like finish your contracts if that makes sense. Like how when you do a contract like this cultivating one, it doesn't actually let you finish the field. Like you get to the 100% mark before you've actually like finished the field. And this mod apparently will like let you finish the field, which is kind of I know it doesn't really do anything to the game, but I like the idea of it. Okay, our tractor is done fertilizing, which is good, but we've got a lot of contracts to work on, a lot of contracts to get done now, which is crazy. I did not expect that other cultivating contract to pop up. That's going to be a big field. That's going to be a big field. Jeez, I'm not really doing too good here on this field, to be honest. I want to hire a worker, but one, we don't really have the money. Two, they get so like the workers are good, and it's they're in some ways I think they're okay. We gotta get that spot there. In some ways, I think it's better. It's obviously a lot better than FS22. Some of the workers, because in FS22 you basically had to have very symmetrical or square fields for the AI workers to like really figure it out. As soon as there was like a rounded edge, it was like dropping a leaf in front of an ant. Like they just couldn't figure it out. So the AI is better in this game, but they still, I don't know, they still just get jammed out sometimes. And if you're if you like stop them halfway through the field and then you start them back up, sometimes it's like they'll just wander around the field trying to find a place to like start. I don't know how to explain it. Have you guys noticed that? Like, let me know in the comment section if you found ways to kind of counter that, or maybe it's just me and I'm not doing something correct. I don't really know, but let me know. Let me know what you think about the AI workers in this game. The guided steering is awesome. Like the GPS that just comes stock is great, but yeah, sometimes the AI workers they drive me nuts. Okay, spin around here. Okay. This will be a bit of a weird field. It'll be nice once we get some of this kind of these hard turns and weird spots done and we can just get in the middle of it, then it'll go a little bit quicker. Get around these telephone poles and such. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. But yeah, so that's basically what we're going to be working on this episode. I really want to get obviously these contracts done with this cultivating one, that baling one. I didn't really know the other cultivating contract would come up, to be honest. So that one, I don't know if we'll actually finish this episode because that is going to be a big field that needs to be done, a massive field, and it'll definitely take some time. But the biggest focus will be getting these two contracts done, the baling, and then originally I was going to get these contracts done, get the field fertilized, and then sleep through a month and get us into growth stage so that we could, or so the grass fields are ready to harvest. And we're gonna start cutting and doing some hay. But now that we got this other big contract to do, I think we just got to focus on that because that's some pretty good cash, and we can definitely wait to cut these fields. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead here and I'll finish up this field. We'll do a little bit of a time lapse, and then I'll bring you back and we'll go over and we'll start baling. Okay, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so I definitely thought I had a mod that was it's supposed to let me finish doing the field, but now we just have to drive away with the strip unfinished. I hate that. I don't know why that bugs me so much. Who does that? You know what I mean? I gotta go check the mod then, because I definitely downloaded a mod. It was called like Mission Complete or something like that, and it was supposed to let you, yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, I'm just going to set this. I'm not going to unhook this. I'm going to run over and get some fuel in this tractor because we're going to end up having to take this down to the other big cultivating contract. So I'm just going to fuel this up right now before I forget. And let's tab over to this guy. Let's fire this tractor up. So our grass fields should be good to go now. We've got 100% fertilizer, 97% yield bonus. We should be good to go. And potentially we could harvest next month. in September. But I almost want to, well, what, yeah, maybe we'll just harvest next month. It doesn't really matter. We'll kind of just see how everything goes. So let's bring this guy back over to, we're going to bring this back over and we'll drop this off. And I will grab our baler. I think we'll just use this little tractor to go do the baling. And we'll head on over to field, I believe it's field 4. I'm just going to drop this off quick and we'll hook onto the baler and then we will check what field. Or yeah, it says up in the top corner there. Duh. Yes, field 4. I just don't exactly know where field 4 is. Okay, that's good there. All right, let's grab this baler and then we're off. I think we're off. Off like a herd of turtles, right? Um, do I have enough bale net? That is the question. Yeah, we're just gonna roll with it. Okay, let us see. Where is field 4? Dang, that's pretty easy to find. Not too hard at all. Also, real quick here, let's go into our contracts. Let's go collect some cash. Booyah. I mean, we're still broke, but less broke, right? I'm kind of thinking I might. What am I thinking? You know what I'm thinking? I just thought of. Ha ha ha. I think I might take that cultivator, that tractor down with the cultivator, and I might set a worker to start on that field. Because if I can start a worker, even to do headlands, maybe I'll get them started on headlands, and then whenever I'm done baling, I can go finish it off. So maybe that's what I'll do. Let's fire this thing up. Let's get this going down. Oh yeah, this is going to take a minute. I just want to see if it's going to even give me like a 1%. The only thing I didn't really check, which I don't think it matters. Yeah, it says 1%. Okay. So let's back off here. Shut down this tractor. Let's grab this unit. And this one we're going to field 1, which is at the very... Oh yeah, I know exactly where this field is. I know exactly where this field is. It's kind of down by the store. And it's massive. It's massive. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just put a little bit of a cut in here. I'll bring you guys back once I'm at the field. I'll drive down there right now, and I'll bring you back once I'm there. Okay, team, we are here. We are here at our massive field that needs to be cultivated. Yeah, just like I thought. There's power poles that go through everything. Jeez, what did I run over there? Culvert? Good lord. Like, it's just a dip in the ground, huh? Okay. Let's hop back in this unit and let's open up our AI workers. Okay, wow. I've just got a bad feeling that when they go to do around those poles, this thing is going to get jammed up for sure. But can I do 3? Yeah, I mean, that's all we can do. All right, let's set someone to go on that. I just want to make sure everything starts without any issues here, and then we'll head back over and we'll start baling that field. It's gonna take a minute to bale that field, for sure. I definitely yeah, I didn't expect us to get this contract, but I'm thankful that we had it. I should check too and see if anything else has popped up contract wise. Hoeing. See what I mean? Like, if you can get these hoeing contracts are actually not too bad. Even these spraying units, like, or spraying contracts, if we could get a sprayer, one of these, like even this guy, you get something like this on sale, then we could go do some spraying contracts. Or even this is a mod. But if we had a little bit of extra, a little more disposable income in the future, something like this comes on sale. But yeah, these units are awesome. 12 and a half meters wide, but they go 15 miles an hour, like I'm telling, and you'll need 160 horse to run it. So our John Deere 7810 that we got for baling right now, that thing could use it. The other thing that I want us to buy eventually is probably this spreader, or maybe something like this for the slurry tank, so we can use the slurry from the cow barn once we get cows going. Um, to fertilize our fields would be ideal, but okay. Let's fire this guy back up and let's start baling. We got a lot of baling to do. A lot of baling. Oh yeah, look at this field. It would be nice. It would be nice to have square baler, that's for sure. Because then you could just continuously bale. Oh, is the drop not on? There we go. There we go. Yeah, we are going to be baling for a minute. A minute and a bit. Okay, I'm going to spin around here. Once we get these weird kind of headlands done, even the first set here, once we get that done, it'll be a little bit better. But okay, we are just baling away now. I actually love baling. Like, I really do. I wish, I've said it before, I wish I could have the Vicon fast bale for times like this, but maybe it'll come in the stores. You never know. I swear this game kind of knows sometimes when you're doing certain things. It's like the store will it'll spit out the right stuff for you. Even when I was in FS22, I was starting to build a cotton operation in one of our series, and the cotton harvesters are expensive. They're super expensive, and I was just like leasing them whenever I needed it, which is fine. And then just one day, like the most perfect cotton harvester came on sale, 60% off, and then after that, I started to pay attention, and like the cotton trailers would come on for sale, and just stuff like that. And I always used to just think it's like the game knew that my farm was focused on cotton. That's my conspiracy theory. That there's a FS 22 and 25 algorithm that knows exactly what I need. So now, I don't know how they got a windrow right through that telephone pole area, but that is some magic harvesting right there if I've ever seen it. Not too bad though. This it'll take a while, but it won't go. Maybe I'm just trying to talk myself into it that it won't take too long, but that's farming. You got a big field. This is what we got to do to make some cash in the early days. Like in the other gameplay series, what I would always have to do, especially the start from scratch ones on No Man's Land, like the amount of trees that I cut down, loaded a trailer, hauled it to the sell point for like 10 grand, and just did it over and over again just to build up enough money to buy the first tractor, to get the first plow, to plant the first field. Like, one thing about No Man's Land is there ain't no contracts on No Man's Land. So you don't get the option of just, even though this is a bit time consuming, it's like easy money that you can make in the game. Like this will be an easy 19 grand or whatever this bid was for, essentially. No Man's Land, there are no contracts. There's nothing there. There's like one sell point, a whole bunch of trees, and that's it. That is absolutely it. So thankful that I have contracts that we can go do, at least to make some cash. And even though that other cultivating contract will take a while, I'm thinking, since that one kind of came out of nowhere, I'm just going to spend all the money that we get on that contract on cattle so that we can get some animals in the pasture, get them at least somewhat going to, or getting to the point where they can reproduce if we can afford more mature cattle. But we'll get as much as we can. We'll try and get um, a bunch of mature heifers, and whatever else we got to get with calves or something, we just will. It's kind of my plan. I still don't really know what's going to be the best route for production facilities. I don't know if we. I don't know if the bakery I know that sounds dumb, but I don't know if the bakery will take milk and then you can like make cake or something from it. I haven't really dug into all of that. So, um, again, if anyone has any suggestions, make sure and throw it in the comment section below. And if you're new around here, thanks for checking out the channel. Hopefully, you'll stick with us through this series. I'm excited to really try and take cattle and really truthfully build a dairy empire where we could make like 10 million bucks or something crazy. So if you are new around here, we always appreciate it if you could hit the sub button. I would like that a lot. Hit the like button, all that jazz. But for sure, leave a comment if you're new, and if you're not new and you've been here since FS22 and you remember the days of getting the cotton harvester and Freckles and Thomas and Wyatt was our main helpers. Let me know in the comment section. That was a fun farm. That was a fun series. It really was. We went pretty far in 50 episodes. Like that farm was intense in just 50 episodes. So I'm excited to I'm excited to do 50 episodes of this one and just see where we end up in comparison to that series. Uh, you can go check that series out at any point. It's just under the No Man's Land playlist. You can go see it. Even if you don't have time to watch all 50 episodes, I would say the very last episode. So what we did, I'll kind of explain, and what I'm going to do on this series as well is, for those of you who don't know, if you are new here, the reason I call myself Ultra Farmer is because I run ultra marathons. I train and run ultra marathons. I've done about, I think, 8 ultras now. But regardless, what we did on that series is, sorry, I just gotta get this tree out of your guys' face. What we did on that series was I had built the farm up to a pretty big level, and we had some really big fields. And in that series, our main focus was on sunflowers, where we had big sunflower oil production units, and cotton fields, where we had a clothing factory that we were doing clothes, and that was the main source of our income. And the animals that we had were sheep. And so at the end of that series, at the very last, it would have been episodes 48 and 49. 48 was like a prep episode, and then episode 49 was like a really big one. It was like 2.5 hours long, and to be honest, I played this game for like almost 14 hours straight that day. It was like to do like like an ultra episode, if you will. And what I did is we went through and we did 2 full harvests off of our fields, which was like, I mean, if you go back and you watch that series, the fields that we had to work, they were massive, absolutely massive. And to do 2 full harvests, like by the time you harvested the field, and then I would have to run the cultivators across it, and then we had to do lime. There was a couple fields that we had to plow and then pick the stones, do the lime, plant, roll, and then harvest again. It was uh it was such a long day for me. Like everything was building up to it in the series where I was like, okay, series is coming to an end. This was right when FS25 was going to come out. It was going to be like the last series, and I'm like, we're going to do a big, like an ultra harvest. I'll do 2 back to back. And yeah, I sat at my computer for, I'm not joking, like almost 14 hours one day. I was I was so sick of playing that map after that. But yeah, so what I was getting at, if you don't have time to go back and watch the full series, you could go back and you could watch the end of the series, episodes like 48, 49, and 50. Because in episode 50 was just kind of like I just did like a recap of everything. We went through, and there's like a kind of like a time lapse compilation video that I did in that showed the build of the farm, basically from the first day right till the last harvest. So you could watch that and you'll be able to see kind of how all the trees that I cut down. And we started out, we had a truck and a chainsaw and this old tractor that was 30 horse, this old 30 horse tractor that I called 30 horse in a dream. And that's all that we had. and built it up right to the end. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty fun series. Blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah. That's my story. That is my story. Okay, what I think I'm gonna do here. I think we're probably gonna have to do another time lapse of me doing the rest of this field because I don't know how many other boring stories I can tell you just yet. We got a lot of episodes for me to tell you some boring stories, so we'll save them for one episode at a time, I think. But yeah, I'll uh, I'll do a little bit of time lapse of us doing this field, and honestly, I my whole plan of like someone else doing the cultivating on the other field, and then me just baling this, and I would go pick it up when we were done. I think the AI worker is going to be done cultivating by the time I get this baled. So, but yeah, I'll bring you guys back. We'll do a little bit of a time lapse of the rest of this baling, and yeah, I'll bring you back after that. All right, team, we did it. We bailed up a storm there. Good lord, that was a lot of bailing. A lot of bailing. So I'm just gonna head back up to the farm right now. One thing I can't forget to do is load this thing with round bale net. But is this where I'm going? Jeez, almost forgot where I was going for a second. Okay, I'm gonna take this tractor back, and then we're gonna run up and we're gonna grab that cultivator and keep cultivating that field. Oh, I'm gonna go check on it. I mean, we've already paid for 60% of it, so if we got to pay for the last 40, I mean, well, maybe I'll do a bit of it. I don't know. I don't want to be lazy about it, but I'm sick of cultivating fields, to be honest. Okay, let's bring this baler. I'm gonna bring him right here for now. But I'm not gonna back it in because we're gonna need him right away. Okay, so what I gotta do though is maybe let's just get some. Let's get some bale net, 1,200 bucks. Is twine different? I actually don't know. We'll just get one of these. Okay, so as you can see, it delivered it to us. Yeah, but I have to pay a $30 delivery fee. So, like I said, I think that's kind of fair considering the only difference is I would have to like run down, get the forks, and run to the store, and it just saves us a little bit of time. I think paying that is like a good trade-off for using kind of a, I don't want to say it's like a cheaty mod, but just helps out a little bit. But I'm gonna grab this pallet and I'm gonna move it out of the way. Even though we might be able to lift it by hand, it's probably not that heavy. But I wanted to show you guys, I actually downloaded another mod that's like not, well, it doesn't help me connect to this better, that's for sure. But it's a neat mod here, and I'll show you as soon as I connect on to these things. It's just really, really simple, but it's helpful because even when you're in the tractor, even if you're zoomed in like this and you're trying to pick something up a pallet, it's kind of hard to tell like how level your forks are. But if you look down by my speedometer, you'll see that there's two numbers down there, and if I go up and down with the arms, it tells me the height at which my arms are. And then if I articulate the forks forward and back, like let me just lift them up a little bit here. So my forks are angled back a little bit. If I roll them forward, you see how it says 12, 10, 9, 8, and then at 0, that's telling me that the forks are now level. So if I drop it down there, see how I'm like perfectly flat sitting on the ground and it's 0, 0? Pick it up a little bit. And so you can just be up here, you know, kind of watching down at your forks like this, and you can tell how level they are without having to like look to the side or anything like that. So that's just kind of a neat little mod. See, so I should be able to just go like that, go like that. Boom. There we go. It's the little things in life, you know. Actually, where am I going to put this? I'm going to go put this in the shed over here where I actually keep the baler. But I was also thinking, since I use store deliveries and let's go like this. Let's go in here. So level it out. I can see down on my thing there. Oh, I should have just backed away from that easily. Yep, perfect. So I was thinking, since I use the store deliveries, and I think that the trade off for doing that, you got to pay the delivery fee, which I think is a fair trade off. Since I have that bale trailer over there that has an auto load feature on it, I think every time that I use, the auto load feature, like when we're uh, picking up the bales, I'm gonna pay a fee. Like I think I should pay like 500 bucks or something like that. Like it should cost me some money to use that feature because like it costs me money to use the store deliveries feature. So I think it'd be fair if it costed me money. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's my way of keeping it fair or trying to keep it fair. I probably can drop these forks off though now. Let's drop these forks off. Oop, run into the barn. No big deal. Drop those off. Okay. Oh, the tractor just shut off there. I think that might be part of this new mod. Oh man, I think this might be part of that new mod where you gotta like do your maintenance and stuff. Let's drop this off right there. Let's pull up to this. What do we gotta do? Repair. Let's repair this tractor. $1,000. Jeez. Expensive oil change. But I mean, I guess this tractor's got 31 hours on it, so which I mean is not like that much in real life. I mean, there'd be tractors with 3,100 to 9,100. Like some tractors got crazy amounts of hours on them in real life. That's how you know tractors are built well, though. Like there's tractors out there on someone's farm right now from the 70s that's still giving her. Like there's no vehicles out there really that are going from the 70s unless it's like some sort of a antique. Well, it looks like we came back at the most perfect time. See, okay. Now, let's just say pick this up here. This is what I'm talking about where I feel like I'm going to try and start this this AI worker again here, and it's going to completely jam everything out. This is my thought. Like I'm thinking if it was me, this thing would be able to just start driving forward right now. But nope. Now they're going to pick up. He's going to probably spin in a circle. Is that what's going to happen? See, like where's it going right now? You know, where's it going? So it looks like I'm just gonna take over from this and finish this field. Let's see here. Steering assist. Now the only thing is, let's just go on up downs and let's just see if this works. Okay, maybe that's the trick. If it just starts going right now, I'm going to be impressed. Okay. I may have. Maybe this is something you guys knew all along, but I think what happens is like. I don't want to mess with the settings right now, but when you're in the. Like the. Where you can select everything where I was there, like the setup part where you can either pick the GPS steering or the AI worker. What I originally had this AI worker do is start with the headlamps. So I think when I stopped him there around that telephone pole and then went to get the worker going again and I pushed H on my keyboard, it like thought to go start on the headlands again rather than just continue on with what it's doing. But now since it's on the up and downs, like it's already finished the headlands, if I just turn that setting on, do up and downs and start there, it just seemed to work just fine. So maybe that's the trick with it. I don't know. It seemed to work though. All right, let's hop back over here. I'm just gonna drop this baler off there because we will still need to windrow and everything when the time comes. But I'm thinking we might as well pull this stuff out of the barn and get prepped for next month. What we also got to do real quick is go in and collect our cash. Okay, not too bad. And let's just check the contracts. I don't think anything new popped up. We have harvesting ones that we can't do. Just these hoeing contracts, a spraying contract. Yeah. Transporting wood. Nothing we can really do there. Okay. I'm just going to pull this stuff out. Kind of get set up. Because as soon as we can next month, we're going to cut this field. I'm going to unfold this. We get all our tools nice and ready out here. And then this field we're going to ted and windrow. And this is going to be our hay field. And the other one will be silage. Just straight up silage. So kind of what I'm thinking then is maybe what I should do is when the time comes, we'll cut the other field. No, we'll probably cut this field first. It'll be the best, I think. Yeah, we'll cut this field. We'll do this field over here first. I was thinking maybe we'll, you know, cut the other field and then I can put the windrowers, get someone doing the windrows. And then when this one's cutting, then it can just be tedded after and windrowed. But yeah, I think we'll just do this field first. So there we go. We got these implements set up here, ready to go. And let's head back over to the farm here. I won't be able to probably haul, or maybe I'll be able to haul that mower with this tractor. I don't know. I don't know what horsepower is required for this mower. Oh, it hauls it fine. If I was to turn this on right now. Oh, yeah. It cuts there. Lift it up. Oh, that's awesome. This whole time, I thought that other tractor, yeah, see, it's a little wobbly. This tractor's a little small for it. It's not super stable. This whole time, I thought, there's no way this tractor will be able to mow. I didn't think it had enough horsepower. Let's just go check real quick. Where's our vehicles? Okay, so 180 horse. Okay, I know that John Deere, the 7810, has 175 horse, so it's like just good enough. We'll just make it work. That's fine. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna drop this off. I'm gonna drop this off. So we're set up over here. And then I'm gonna head back up over to that field. What I think I'm probably gonna do is I don't really want to do another time lapse on you guys for this episode. So what I think I might just do is I think we'll just end the episode here, and I will go up and I'll just go finish that contract. Yeah, I'm thinking what we'll do is, yeah, I'll just head back up over to that other field. I'll finish that contract kind of like, off camera, and I'll get the cultivators and stuff back here. And then at the beginning of next episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy us a pressure washer. So the first thing, or what we can do after the end of next episode, when we're done using all the implements, we'll give everything a good clean, a good pressure wash. I'm actually going to hop in this tractor, shut it down. But yeah, okay, well, thanks so much for watching this episode. If you stuck around with me till now, like always, if you could hit that like button, hit the sub button for me, I would greatly appreciate that. Like I said, I thank you for sticking around. Hopefully, you stay with us through this series as we build up this dairy empire. And next episode, we're going to be getting some fields cut, windrowed, tedded, baled, all that stuff. We'll get some silage bales wrapped and pulled off the field. And there's one other thing that I want to buy next episode, which we'll do together, which is going to be some sort of a storage unit for our silage bales, which we'll kind of go through that. Like I said, we'll do it together. We'll pick a good spot for it, and that'll be kind of part of our next episode when we'll set some workers to cutting those fields and stuff, and we'll kind of get prepped on where we're gonna put our bale storage, which I think I have a good idea for it. But like I said, we'll just kind of do that stuff together. But again, thanks so much for watching today. We will catch you guys on the next episode. This is Ultra Farmer. I am out. Have a good one, guys.